the different, because for every miner, the number of bitcoins are allotted. For every miner, the number of bitcoins are allotted. Okay. So in proof of stake, it is also called like, your virtual mining one only. The proof of stake is also called the virtual mining, like proof of work. But this is another type of mining puzzle that has been proposed as an alternative to this traditional proof of work scheme. So it was first proposed in 2012, but in this scheme, what is the idea? The idea is that users are required to demonstrate the possession of certain amount of currency, that bitcoins, thus proving that they have a stake in the coin. They have to prove first. So the simplest form of stake is where the mining is made comparatively easier for those users who demonstrably own larger amount of digital currencies. The larger amount of digital currencies. Okay, that means one user is having, suppose, 2% of currency, another one is having the 5% of digital currency, another one is having, suppose, 20% of digital currency in the network. So that is proving that this stakeholder is having 20% of the currencies. So then the chance will be given, by proving any miner that I'm having this much digital currency in the network. Then the benefit of this scheme, proof of stake, are twofold. First, acquiring large amount of digital currency is relatively difficult as compared to buying high-end, by comparing to like high-end servers, like we call the application-specific integrated circuits, the ASICs. Because in this proof of work, the miner may get the specialized computers so that there will be a 51% attack. But in this case, showing that I have this much, the large amount of bit currency. So this is the first one, because this user just needs only to show this digital currency. There is no need to purchase any specialized devices to do the difficulty or to do the mining. And the second is results in saving computational resources. That's the second one. So the various forms of stake have been proposed and are briefly, we'll try to discuss that. Proof of coinage. In this, there are, various techniques are there, but we'll say, let me just name one is proof of coinage. It's one kind of proof of stake. So in this, the age of a coin is the time since the coins were last used or held. So this is a different approach from the usual form of proof of stake, where mining is made easier for users who have the highest stake in the Bitcoin. But in the coin age, it is coin age based approach, the age of the coin is reset every time as block is mined. So the miner is rewarded for holding and not spending coins for a time period. So this mechanism has been implemented in the peer coin that is combined with proof of work. Okay. The another one is proof of deposit. in this stake, proof of stake. Second one is proof of deposit. So here the idea is, the core idea behind this scheme is that the newly minted blocks by miners are made unspendable for a certain period of time. That is depositing. Then the next one is, as we discussed, the proof of burnt. So just burning, okay, the proof of burn. Another one is proof of activity and non-resourceable puzzles. So these are certain examples, okay. So these are certain type of proof of stakes, okay. Yeah. So with this, yeah, this is what we just discussed, that provides increased protection, and executing an attack is expensive, so you just need more bitcoins. A reduced incentive for the attack. Another one is the variant of stakes, as we just talked. There are various ways: proof of a coin age, proof of uh, burn, proof of activity, proof of deposit. So these are certain proof of stake concept. I hope it's clear, right? So in proof of burn is one which we just discussed, as the miner should show proof that they have burned some coins. That means they send them to a variable. Does that make sense? As an alternate expenditure to computing power, the proof of burn in fact destroys a certain amount of Bitcoin in order to get equivalent altcoins. So this is commonly used when starting up new coin projects as a means to provide a fair initial distribution. So this can be considered an alternative mining scheme where the value of new coin comes from the fact that previously a certain number of coins have been destroyed. So this proof of burn works by burning the proof of mining. Okay. So another, the elapsed time, as we said. So it is proposed by the Intel as part of the Hyperledger. Okay. So the basic idea in proof of elapsed time is each participant, means each miner in the blockchain network, they waits a random amount of time. Then the first participant to finish because of the leader of new block. So how will one verify that the proposer has really waited? So by utilizing certain the CPU instruction sets, okay? So that is the mathematical instructions, or the conditional instructions, or data transfer instructions, okay? So this Intel Software Guard extension is one instruction set of the CPU, which is specially designed for as a proposer, a trusted the execution platform it is. So the trusted code is private to the rest of the applications. Okay. So these are the consensus in the Bitcoin network, their requirements, and the consensus algorithm which we have discussed, that is proof of work in the Bitcoin, and the attacks, the security measures of the proof of work. So based on the security measures, the improved version of proof of work is proof of stake. So that is the stakeholders, which we just discussed. Okay. So these are the certain consensus, and there are the security measures. So with this, I would like to stop this session. If you have any